I got it. I got rid of that quirky corporate garbage. This is quirky. The pump's not bad, but these universal handles from Corky, this is a Fluid Master, okay? Fluid Master is ultimately infinitely adjustable, bendable, and also has a beautiful old-fashioned look. I know I gotta clean that. I'll clean that, but look at this. I got it. I got it. That's not bad, okay? 14 bucks, whatever the garbage is. But you need to get the Fluid Master handle. You can get a Fluid Master entire kit, get the whole kit. I just need the handle. Their handles fit 99.9% of all toilets, but they only work on about 25% of toilets. They fit. That doesn't mean they work, right? Here you go. Open. Look at that. Full open. And slide down. And seal. Okay? It wouldn't even do that. With the Corky, it would only... I've tried hours and hours and hours, days and days and days. It would only... let me see what I look like today. Like Holy Jesus. I look like Holy Jesus because I've been working. And you're not, okay? So anyway... Corky is a generic name. Well, it's not generic. They advertise they're #1 in sales of garbage. Fluid Master is what plumbers use. This is the handle for Fluid Master. The plumber's not going to come over and put Corky in. They're going to use Fluid Master. Right. Here you're looking to see if that water's going to quit dripping. It should. Sometimes they say it takes a few moments. It's like 0.00001 adjustments. So what you can do with that is, see that chain down there? Grab some pliers and squeeze one or two of those links shut. Not shut, but squeeze them. So they'll get a little tiny bit longer. Just a little tiny bit. And that'll make it stop dribbling. In fact, with the Fluid Master, I'm likely to be able to go to the next ring on that chain, and it'll work just fine. Because, as you can see, I get full movement. Watch. There's a pull up. Look at that. See that? Full movement. I guarantee you I can go down one link, get that looseness here. See, it's a little taut. So that it doesn't continue to dribble through here. That's why they do that, because that seal isn't fully seated if your chain is a bit too taut. But with the full opening of this Fluid Master handle, and no being repetitive, so that way when you go to sleep at night you can say, I know what he meant. I know what he's talking about. With the Fluid Master, it's not an issue. Because I get a full open when I pull the handle, when I pull the trigger. Look at that. Look at that full open. See that? Floats and then closes. With the Corky, it just won't. There's no adjustment that will fix that. See that? Full suction. All right. Anyway, if you get anything out of that, you might not right now. I understand. I totally understand you might not get anything out of it right now. This is the adjustment for how quickly this fills the tank in comparison to how quickly the bowl fills. The more open this is, it's damn near fully shut because it's a Corky. Corky's a piece of shit. If you open it all the way, see what happens? This will never fill all the way. But if you close it all the way, as much as you can anyway, you still continue to dribble until it fills. Here, it stops filling. That should stop dribbling. The reason why it's dribbling is because this is a chain is just a little bit too taut right here. Just a little bit too much. I'm going to go down one rung. It'll be loose, and that'll have that seal. I'll bet you $100 million. Before I do that, can I bet somebody $100 million? Look at my hair, Jesus Christ. Hold on, where am I at? I had a brush down here somewhere. 10-minute. There goes your 10-minute YouTube video. Yeah, right. There's a brush over here. There we go. That light's screwing everything up. Right there. A little bit of. Get that Elvis twirl that I like. Here's the secret, okay. I got so many secrets, it's unbelievable. I don't mind sharing with you. All right, so it looks like holy hell, that's true. But that's the starting point. So once I've got it all fluffed up, I can go like this. Okay, watch this. I mean, I don't think the camera does us any justice. I don't think I do the camera any justice anymore. Oh, there it goes. See how it's starting to take the shape that I like? And then I got a couple other things that I do too, but a little hairspray and then the filaments that you dust in. Anyway, that's me at home. There's your 10-minute YouTube video. Okay, let's check it out. You got a little dribble. But like I said, I have the answer now. I'm going to take one rung. I'm going to give it an extra rung on that chain. But I'm not going to do it right now. I'm getting out of here. I have it licked. I'm going to turn that off. It's a bad shut-off valve. Well, it's not bad, but it should be the half cock. I can't believe the ball and cock with the half turn. I can't believe I overlooked that in this bathroom on this rebuild. I cannot believe, well, I can believe anything. Believe me, I can believe anything. All right, anyway. So then here's another thing you're going to be looking for, quality. Quality. Okay, hold on a second here. Oop, wrong way. Dipshit. All right. There you go, quality. Okay, back to normal. All right, so what you're looking, where you at? What you're looking at here is a toilet that almost appears to be one piece. See how that's snug down there? And it's sleek. It doesn't stick out crazy. And you got that beautiful handle on there. Listen to this. You know it's full. And it's going to float and crash. Did you hear that? Full flush. And then you're going to say, Ricky, oh God, Ricky, Dicky, Ricky, Nicky, Licky, Sucky, Dicky. All that other gay shit. Why didn't I put the white caps on there? Because this is a man's bathroom. Me. That's why. I like it to look like a man's bathroom. I know the dribble. I got it licked though. But look at that beautiful cedar siding. And I wrapped it on this side. Check your bathroom out. Do you have any wrap on this side? You do not. And I got it coped here. Amateur coped. That's me. I was an amateur. And then here you've got, right here where my finger is, it's 45 in and then 45 the other way, so they slide in together. So they look like one piece. It's another technique. And then here you've got the trophy, and I made the trophy purposely taller so that it would hit here, come down, see, and cut back. See that? Purposely. It's a trophy. And then here, underneath your vanity, is the cedar siding. That cut I told you about here, that you can't see. And a cope. On yours, you're going to see this a vinyl piece of plastic. You're not going to have that. I'm going to give it a little rub down. You can lick. If your girlfriend came on this floor, okay, you could lick it up if you're that horny, and you'd be perfectly fine. That's how I want. That is how I have my bathroom. Okay? And then there's a little spot right there. See where my finger's pointing? I gotta grab the gray out and give it a little tiny lick right there. There's another one that meets, but it's less successful. Right there. See that? Less successful. But that's okay. It's literally behind the toilet. The commode. It's not a toilet, it's a commode. Okay, you see it there? Yeah, it doesn't exactly meet, but you know what? Hours and hours and hours and days and days and days and days. Okay? And then there's the trim. The reason why it got thin like this, my original plan was to have it, you basically hug here all the way across to the other side. But every time I did it, I had to cut more and more out because it didn't seem to sit properly here. And the reason why it didn't sit properly there was because there was one little tiny piece of glue, a little tiny piece of glue that caused it to do this kind of thing. So you were not ever able to actually flatten it out like I did. See that? Right? You wouldn't be able to do that. So finally I figured out, oh my God, that little tiny piece of glue. By that time, I went from here all the way down to here. Thinking that was the issue. The issue was under here. You say, well, no shit, Ricky. And the reason why you say that is because I'm telling you that. That's why. Okay, so then coming to this corner, I had to use caulk. See that tiny little bead of caulk? I thought, I don't need caulk. Why? Because I'm a grown person. The only persons that are going to be in this shower are going to be adults, not little kids, scum, little trash bags. Well, what happened? When I was ready to try it out, I turned on the shower, and this thing, which I'll tell you, that's another section, but it was hanging here for a reason, hanging there for a reason. To put it quickly and bluntly, so that the entire system will drain out, especially if hard water or well water. You don't want to leave that up there and then turn off the water and go about your day. All these are going to get clogged with minerals and shit and garbage and piss and disgust and filth. So make sure that's still open. I had to show you, but I won't. Believe me, because I took out the GPM out of that system. So the gallons per minute restrictor. Took it out of this, I think it's a Delta or a Moen, something like that, top end. I took that out so that I would have a thunder shower. Okay? The water's cheap. But what's really expensive are the taxes on the water. So if you look at your water bill, water's cheap. It's free. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you the thunder shower. Ready? Oh, God. Hold on a second here. Hold on. There you go. Come on, baby. Be careful. Okay. Turn it that way. Before you turn your shower on, turn it that way, especially in a thunder shower. Look at this. It's got the, look at that. I mean, that thing is a jet of unknown proportions. I mean, you can literally clean. Now let go, and it goes back to that. See that? So what happened was I turned it on. You can see what I'm doing. I turned it on, and this thing started fucking. Excuse that. That was French. I'm learning French. It started to, run around like a wild snake. And that's why the whole entire bathroom right there. See what it's trying to do right there? Turn it off. It started jumping around like a wild snake. And water went, oh my God, everywhere. And thank goodness that I had shellacked both sides of all of these materials. Sealed and shellacked, all of them. Because I said, I'm not going to have caulk. I don't need caulk. Well, guess what? You do. So that's what even if you're an adult, you think you're responsible, something's going to happen. So that's why I had to put it the tiniest little bead. And then a few nights later, we had a flood here in South Elgin. And I did something. Oh, yeah, I did the laser lines one more time. This was a few nights ago. Did the laser lines because I can do it better now. I said, what? Who did that? Well, obviously I did. I'm like, that's nothing now. I'm somewhere else. I'm at a different level. So I went and whipped out the paint and everything. I did, re-lasered the lines. Like a laser. And there's not perfection, but damn near laser. Okay, I can see that. Hold on a second here. Okay, I got it. Yeah, you'll always find something. Anyway, I'll clean that off. Every time you look at it, you're going to see something that nobody would ever notice in 100 million years, except for you. So that's the dark gray. Armstrong floor, industrial. Matching towels, opposite. Light gray, dark gray, light gray. See that? This light gray goes with that towel. And this towel goes with this color of gray. That's not the light gray. This is the light gray right here. See that? Beautiful. That is that. So now you go take a look at this, and I got this. I got ripped off at Menards, same thing. Walmart, Menards. Nowadays, same thing. I got ripped off at Menards. Paid like $20-something for this medium, heavyweight, whatever shower. What do they call it? Shower liner and shower curtain combo. I don't necessarily like these. They're a bit feminine for me. The clasps. But anyway, I'm going to take the bar down and use that light gray that I show you here. I want to paint that bar this light gray before I leave today. First, I got to prime it because it's plastic. You got to prime it first. So that'll be matching there. It turned out pretty well. So anyway, you walk in the bathroom now. I always have like a clean shirt laying around that I use to not get filth and disgust on this incredible floor. 6,000 pound, handicapped or older person or drunk person or high person or person that's getting kicked out of the shower station. They can hold on to this as they exit. It's 6,000 pounds. Look. Hold on. I'm going to put all my weight on it. Hold on a second here. Mother, this is the way to do it. 6,000 pounds. It was just a joke when I started off with all the little rainbow stuff. It was just a joke. I was just screwing around. So it's really the only thing that doesn't exactly match to me. But knowing what I know and how quickly I can do it, I can take it off and paint it one of these grays or whatever I want to do. It doesn't really matter. The main thing is it's done. Okay? You look down here. Let's see. Turn on the light. I put the half cocks on there. Supply valves. I think those lines. Oh, those are old lines that I was able to basically prevent from leaking anymore. And nobody ever connects these. It's connected. See that? It's connected. So if you have a ring or something that fell in there, it won't go down there. So you just, it's connected. I got a little tie. Let's take a look at that. There you go. You're always going to find something out. It's either hung up or it's just a little tight. Let's see, what is it? Yeah, that's just a little tight. That's all it is. I think you take a righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. There it is. I loosened it up a little bit. There you go. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Not bad. Yeah, it was working better than that before. I don't join that bottom part on there. I don't. You can just leave it like that. Watch that. I'll show you where it's at. Right there's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. See? Yeah. I don't join that bottom part on there. If it finds a way to get in there, let it. But other than that, just leave it like that. Leave it loose. Like that. Just leave it loose. And then it'll, fall in by itself with gravity. Don't connect them. But just leave it loose. If somebody's that nosy, and they come upstairs and say, "Oh my God, Ricky, the plug came out of there." No, it didn't. It's like that for a reason. Just so it can come out of there. Okay? Right. So leave that the way it is. I'm going to do 5,000 grit on the floor here. 5,000. And then I'm going to re-glaze it one time. Re-shellac it one time with a very, very thin layer. So it'll look like a wet mirror or wet glass. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah. Because I think it could use a little more sheen to it. Yeah. You ever seen a sheen? They have a sheeny head when they're bald. Yeah, I want it to sheen. Got a sheen, but you're not going to believe the sheen I'm talking about. All right. This stuff here is so funny. I got it from a tenant. No, they threw it out because they're stupid. Why do you think tenants are called tenants? If you look it up in the dictionary, they're stupid. That's why. They throw away shit. The reason why they're broke is to throw away things that are good. That's because they're stupid. That's why. Look up tenant. An ignorant, stupid person, right? Look up landlord. I'll give it to myself. An ignorant, stupid person. I'll give it to myself. Tenants and landlords are ignorant, stupid people. All right? Take too many chances on too many stupid things. Now watch this. So the reason why I'm doing that, okay. Here's how you turn on the water. So you give it a full twist. I got to change that valve. I know that. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I overlooked that. You can see I painted it black. So the cover. Obviously, I was looking at it at some point. But I don't know how I overlooked it when I did. It was a while ago. It's going to fill up. What were we looking at here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, never mind. Okay, here. The stuff that the tenant throws away. Let's put a little in there, just for the hell of it. What are you going to do with it? Let's stick some in there. Okay? A little. It's actually pretty crappy stuff. As you can see, it didn't break down and foam up. So that would be Dial, Daily Care, moisturizing body wash. The moisturizer helps keep the seals in and around the toilet bowl, flexible, kind of like Armor All. But what I'm saying is there's another reason for that. First, it's free. I don't use that shit unless I'm taking a bath. And then I'll put it in the bath. It's free. And here we go. So what do you get? Look at that. Look at that beautiful foam. See that? That's that dial that I put in there. Those are hard watermarks from South Elgin drinking water. So I'll have a fresh smell on it. Oh, that's kind of gross. I got to get on that too. But what are you going to do? South Elgin water. Super, super high in minerals. This is great paint right here. Oh, it's working. There you go. Because I cleaned the living Jesus out of this toilet. Every square inch. That's just regular dust that happens throughout the day. Literally. It's amazing. Yeah, shit you find out. All right. Let's go back. Oh, time to get rid of some of these tools.